Guys, you wouldn't know how many times I do that with this stupid camera gimbal. Alright, so the Summit Ferry called. Said we got a couple more parts. Let's see what we got. So, they put their little fancy sticker in it like they did anything other than just Reeboks and put some fucking fittings on it. Not impressed. This is a Mac Boost controller. It's not even a little bit like what they pictured either, which is, I find. So, funny thing here. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, okay, hold on. This company, they advertised with this picture. And you notice how it says, like, Boost solenoid, and it has all these fancy things. Makes it seem like you're buying something that's real fucking special. Well, let me tell you something. You can go on to eBay and search this part number. And buy this same solenoid that I paid $42 for, I'm gonna just say about 15-20 bucks. And then if you want, you could throw your fancy little sticker in it and make a good profit. So we're gonna set that off to the side. Can you guys see off to the side over there? You can. Fantastic. Next up, we have ring terminals. These are for any additional grounds. We have more butt connectors in 12 to 10, and more butt connectors in 16 to 14, and more butt connectors 22 to 18. I guess I said those backwards. And then we got some small ring terminals. These are used for my my distribution block. Anybody is interested in the tools I use for wiring, there's your part numbers right there. All-Star Performance, Summit stocks it all. Pretty much everything I use as far as wire connectivity there. Next up, this guy. Quick car, I guess. I don't know if that's a thing. What do you got? A whole bunch of fuzz. Sick. This is a lot of just packaging for, like, ship it unassembled and save yourself a shit ton on packaging. What the fuck? Alright, so this is this company, Quick Car. There's the packaging. I don't know. Alright, so this is a battery kill switch. The alternative is one of those plastic ones or a battery isolator like the electromagnetic ones. Those things will cost you in the $500-600 easily. This is a Deutsch Connector kit. It's made or assembled by Summit Racing. I'm not sure who manufactures these. They're not, in terms of quality of these type of connectors, they're adequate. I'm not going to say they're great. I haven't used them long enough to know how they last long term. The pins, they're okay, you know, they're not a traditional Deutsch pin that I'm familiar with. You know, I've seen some that are more crimped, like they're a tube and you crush the tube on the wire. It just seems way more secure than this. But this is standard in automotive. And it comes with, you know, 16 to 18 or 18 to 16 gauge and 14. Dude, I'm literally reading them backwards now because I didn't earlier. 16 to 18 gauge and 14 to 16 gauge. We have two pin, the cover probably says 2, 3, 4, and 6 pin connectors right here. And there's just one 6-pin connector, but and then you can buy replacements of these. I'm sure there's a kit somewhere that has just these, but you could buy, you know, 5 of these or something. If you buy these individually, they do get pretty expensive. I started pricing everything out that I needed for my car. It was quickly more expensive than just buying the kit that I would then have like extras. So this is a very handy tool to have. I didn't know its existence until I worked at Boba's. The same thing with the All-Star stuff. Really cool. It's such a cool thing to be able to just go down the street to Summit Racing and get pretty much the exact thing I need right then and there. Versus like ordering it online and it taking a week to get here. Alright, so the procedure for this is pretty much always the same. Just it changes slightly depending on the actual electrical connector that you're going to be using. Again, we're using our Deutsch Connectors from Summit. So you're going to want to use your wire strippers. I use these, and you're going to want to strip the wire. Now, next, we need to take the terminal from the connector kit, and we're going to just slide it on the end of that. Unfortunately, though, these tools aren't made for left-handed, so my procedure is slightly different. I have a process because I'm left-handed, and so I need to figure out which one of these it is, and I gotta put it in and get it all positioned and figure out where it's gotta go and everything, and then I can feed my wire in. But we just crimp, and there we go. We have a terminated connector that we can then slide into our pinhole. And we're in. So don't mind the crookedness. When we put our bar piece, which is the final piece of this pin, in, it'll be just right. Now, 5 others. So we've got a bunch of our connectors buttoned up. I did realize I'm missing a few things for the cluster. I need to get a tach signal, and I need a, what was it? Tach signal and a speed sensor. I forgot both of them. So the tach signal needs to come from the ECU. Speed sensor comes from the sensor. The speed sensor also still needs to go to the ECU. My camera died closing the clip last night. We're on to the next morning. So I'm not sure if I showed, but we did finish the dash harness. So the cluster will work. I've fixed my lighting issue. I had no lights before. I figured out what the problem was. Unfortunately though, however, this 6-pin connector isn't quite enough, and so I really should do maybe a 12-pin, but that doesn't come in the kit, and I've spent my budget for the week. So rather than doing that, we're going to have to modify that connector a little bit, and we're going to be adding a 4-pin connector. Right now, we've got these 2 wires here, the red and white and the orange. That's red and white's alternator, orange is oil pressure, and this blue little guy is coolant temp. The orange is an illumination sensor or illumination wire for the cluster. Red is a constant hot, and the black is a ground. We're going to move the 3 12-volt circuit wires into a 4-pin connector, which will open up 3 of these. We'll fill 2 of them with tach and speed sensor, and then we'll have 1 available for an expansion. I would love to just do all of these junctions into 1 or 2 connectors. But when you get into multi-pin connectors of that severity, it gets pretty expensive. And again, we're utilizing what I've got. I've got these connectors, so we'll go ahead and throw a couple 4-pin guys in there. And, it's just gonna work. We're gonna have a total of, 16 pins at that point. And we'll have 2 available.